How's it going, everyone? Woods Farm here. Just on my way out onto the trail to head out to the back of my property to do a one-night overnight camping trip. Main reason for the heading out tonight is just to practice and check all my gear, make sure everything's ready to go. I've got a couple more winter camping trips, longer ones planned for later in the month and in February. So we're just heading out. I'm actually gonna go out, set up, get my camp ready, get some firewood, and then I'll be coming back up to the house with Maggie. She's not gonna spend the night out with me, but Rocco will be outside staying with me at the camp. Anyways, we're gonna get moving. Just heading back to a spot that we call the winter camp. It's the furthest campsite on my property, and it's one that I use in the winter time, in the fall. It's also the site where I'm building my second cabin. I actually built my trail around this tree here because it's kind of interesting. It's an old rotted out tree of some sort, and the stump's there, and then this birch tree took root and grew right inside and over top of the stump. So it's kind of neat. This is kind of what I'm afraid of for my next winter camping trip. I want to go a little further, maybe go to Frontenac Provincial Park. But, you know, in certain spots there's no snow at all. You know, places that are really well sheltered, and, you know, depending on where the sun's facing, all the snow's gone. You know, pretty hard to drag my sled, you know, across just the bare ground, and that's how I'm set up for winter camping. I don't have a light enough gear to backpack in. I need the sled. So really crossing my fingers for some more snow. Okay, we're almost there. Here's the spot where I'm doing work, getting ready for building my next cabin, and it's going to be right out here just down the trail away. So I'm cutting cedar logs and letting them dry and season so they'll be ready for the cabin. Right now I have about a third of the logs I need, maybe half. Optimistically it's about half, but we'll see. I'm hoping to finish cutting the rest of the logs this winter. Okay, here we are. Gonna set up in here. There's a little fire pit with some rocks. I keep a kind of a surplus of firewood. So there's my shelter. Up at this end here, I'm gonna add some more cover with these cedar and pine boughs. Just the wind's kind of coming from this direction, but I want to make sure got a little extra coverage. Got a fire pit right here. So yeah, once I get the shelter done, I'll start collecting firewood. That's my Fisker's brush axe. So I'm almost done with the firewood. Just gotta get some more kindling chopped and get it all piled and ready to go. So I think there's some bad weather coming in. There was freezing rain in the forecast. I decided to come out anyways. I wanted to make sure my sleeping bag was all set up and ready to go. That way I wasn't taking it, unpacking it in possibly in freezing rain. So it's ready to go and it's under the shelter, so it should be dry. And what I have is I've got a survival blanket on the bottom. I have a air mattress, self-inflating air mattress, Army surplus, bivy bag, cold weather outer, Canadian Forces sleeping bag, and it has the liner in it. So it's not in the extreme cold weather configuration, it's just the, I guess the mid-level. So we will see. A little crowded in there. I wanted to put my fire starting materials under there just in case it started to rain. I took Maggie back into the house and now we're back. So I'm about to get a fire going and start cooking some food. So I got a new stove and I just got it. I needed something for cold weather, you know, super cold weather, something that was going to be reliable and small, portable, for winter camping specifically, but something I could also use in the summertime for, you know, car camping and that kind of thing. This is certainly not backpack size, but when you're going out with a sled, this is not bad. You know, you can use unleaded gasoline in it, or you can use the Coleman fuel, so I thought this was a good option. You just seen something started barking, and then I seen something take off. Probably a deer. Come on, what'd you find? So I won't lie, this is the Firestarter I was trying to use, and I could not get a fire going with birch bark and the magnesium shavings. I'm sure if I kept going at it, it would have worked out. Close once, but you know, I got matches too, so I feel bad saying that I cheated, but it is what it is. I actually thought it'd be a lot easier to use this fire steel. I've only used it once to start a fire. I'm fairly experienced using actual flint and steel with char cloth, and so I felt like this fire steel would be easy compared to that. Well, it was a bit of a learning curve, so practice makes perfect. I'm going to keep practicing at it, and I might look into getting a different fire steel because I've read that some of them throw hotter sparks, and I see lots of videos of guys just using straight, you know, just the fire steel right into birch bark and having no problems. So I think this thing's a little hokey. I might need a better one, something a little bigger I can get more grip on. Anyways, the stove seems to be working now. It'll simmer, it'll go full blast, so I just got some water boiling. I'm going to make a hot chocolate here in a second. Okay, just getting supper ready here. Roscoe's got supper. He's not really hungry. Looks like there's some cloud cover. So we're either going to get a little bit of freezing rain or some snow. Hopefully snow. That took about 3 minutes to heat up a can of stew. Oh, there comes the freezing rain. Not the best night to go out, but you got to work with the days you got. I only have so many days off work and trying to get a lot done this winter. Working on different projects. The Volkswagen, fixing that up and trying to get some ice fishing in. I hope Roscoe's okay out here. There should be just enough room for him to scooch under, and I got a couple blankets he can go under. Roscoe! Hey, come here. It's alright, big guy. Come on. Good boy. Yeah, keep the coyotes away. Okay, I'm just boiling up some water. I'm going to put it in my Nalgene and then in the thermos bag. And I'll have some warm water either later tonight or it at least won't be frozen in the morning. That's the tricky part. You always want to try to keep a little bit of water ready to go in the morning. Even if you're melting snow, it's a good idea. And yeah, it's still freezing rain, so I'm gonna actually, this will be it for the night. I'm gonna be awake for a few more hours, keeping the fire going, but I don't want to keep this camera out anymore. Don't want it to get wet. Anyway, see you in the morning. He's on guard. He heard something over there about an hour ago, and now he just is sitting there staring. Roscoe, what are you doing over there? Huh. Well, I got the camera back out again for a minute. I lied. It's kind of stopped raining a bit. So, I don't know, it's about 6:15. Just made another cup of hot chocolate. Getting the hang of the Coleman. It takes a minute to warm up. And then you got to add some more pressure to it, and it runs pretty good. So yeah, just sitting around the fire. Okay, I'm just thinking about getting ready for bed here. It's about 9:30. I'm going to get up and stoke the fire, put on some more wood, and then be time for bed, so I'll be getting into the sleeping bag. I just pulled out my thermometer, and I'm hovering just below 10 degrees inside my shelter. That probably has something to do with the fact that I have one of these survival blankets with the reflective side facing in. I think that's really making it a lot warmer in here. Obviously that's because of the fire, but fire's going to go out later and it's going to cool off. But not bad. almost 10 degrees, and it's probably around 0 outside. So that's a pretty big difference. Roscoe finally decided to come in out of the rain. He was out on guard duty pretty much all night. He finally came in here. Anyways, that'll be it until the morning. Well, good morning. Morning, Roscoe. Okay, we survived. This is the worst part about winter camping, is getting up in the morning. Everything has a thick crust of ice on it. Just kind of making things difficult. Well, I'm almost out of battery. Got breakfast cooking. Got a fire going to warm up. Just got to pack up and be heading back in to the house. It's a pretty good night. It's around -5, -6 right now. I was perfectly comfortable in my sleeping bag. No problems there. I was warm. So yeah, with the exception of a thick crust of ice over everything this morning, it's not too bad. Got some wood cut. Anyways, as always, like and subscribe if you want to see more videos from the Woods Farm. I'm going to be doing some more videos in the future on winter camping and ice fishing, so keep checking back for those. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below. Anyways, until next time. Ready to go home? Just heading home. Roscoe!